Hey, welcome to my channel. Excuse the way I'm sort of pushed over into the side today, but the conservatory has turned into a DIY centre because Jeremy's building a gym upstairs, but he's cutting everything down here, so it's a bit of a mess out here, so I'm doing my best to get the angle right. The lighting's not great, but I apologise. Okay, the magic of making the law of attraction work for you. I just want to clear something up. One of my videos, not the last one, but I think the one before the last, I talked about being in a neutral state. What if your desire is fading? Is that a problem? And I said, no, it isn't a problem. And I said, it's part of the manifesting process, which it is. When you are purposely trying to manifest something, if you get to that point, then it's great. What I wasn't saying is you can't manifest in other states. I've manifested when I've been desperate. I've manifested when I've been sad. I've manifested when I've been miserable. All of those things I have. I was never saying that you can't manifest in those states. What tends to hold us back is an attached state, when we are attached to the outcome, because when we are attached to the outcome and we are looking for the outcome, we are feeling that we don't have it. So what's happening is we are feeling that, and we're creating that vibrational state within us, so we don't have it, because that's what we are feeling. Imagine looking into a mirror, and those feelings and that vibration is visible, so you can see it all there. You stand in front of the mirror, and what are you going to get reflected back? Exactly that. What you are feeling is what you're getting reflected back, not what you want. So that will hold you back. It seems to. It always has held me back, but none of those other states will hold you back and stop you manifesting. The problem comes if you manifest in a desperate state, so you're wanting somebody in your life, whether it's a specific person, so whether it's an ex or whatever, you get them back, but you're in that sort of desperate state and you desperately want them back. You get them back, and then you start being all of the things you think that they want you to be in order to keep them. That's when it doesn't last. So it's not great to manifest in that state. I would rather wait. If it was me and I was single, or I'd split up with Jeremy and I wanted him back, I would rather wait until I was in a good state and able to cope with whatever happened and feel really good about myself. I would rather that, but that's a personal thing. I'd never say you can't manifest in other states, because we're doing it all the time. We're manifesting all the time. We're creating our lives as we go, and it doesn't matter what state we're in. We don't have to be, just to get up in the morning and function and do the things that we do. Everything's a manifestation, really, of a thought, of a feeling. And if we had to be in a certain state to do that, we'd never get anything done, would we? What would we do? So you can be assured that you can manifest in all kinds of states, but an attachment to the outcome is probably going to hold you back. But now, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was having a discussion with somebody, just a friend, about the law of assumption. And the discussion was, what if I assume that I can manifest when I'm attached? What if I really believed that? Would I be able to? Is this a law that you cannot manifest when you're attached? It was a really interesting discussion. And this is a discussion point, really. And I thought, I don't know. I would imagine that whatever you assumed, this is how I would, I'm really sorry about the noise, the person's banging around like crazy. I would imagine that whatever you assume is the case. And I guess this is what would happen. If you convinced yourself that you could manifest while you're attached, you would just lose that attachment. That attachment wouldn't be there anymore. So you would manifest in any case, because you would have convinced yourself of that. Because why would you? If then you manifested, you wouldn't feel that attachment anymore, would you? So I'm not, I have never manifested what I've wanted whilst I've been 100% attached to the outcome. And because what happens is, when you're attached to the outcome, you are feeling that you don't have it. You have this underlying baseline vibration of what is now. So that's what you keep getting reflected back. You are in that sort of stuck state. So that's what you're getting. But yes, if the law of assumption is a thing, which I do believe it is, then you can assume absolutely anything. And if you truly believe that, then yeah, for sure, you can. This is the thing. It's about you. It's not about me. And So I'm not trying to prove the theory to you. I'm not trying to disprove the theory. I'm just telling you how it works for me and how I translate it into my own life, how it works for me. But that's not to say that it can't work differently for you. And that is the whole discussion point, isn't it? That's what I love about this. And it's a philosophy. And what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. But that is the magic of this. Because when I was following other people and just seeing something and somebody being adamant that this is what it is and this is what you have to do, I would think, okay. And so I would try and follow that. But it didn't work for me, and it never felt right. Some things just didn't work for me. But I kept thinking, well, that's the way I'm told that it is. So is it that way? No, it's my way. I had to step back and decide it was my way. So it's your way, it's not my way. So anything that doesn't resonate with you, or you might listen to me and think that doesn't resonate at all, well, ditch me. You know, I'm not the one for you. You have to resonate with people to bother watching their videos. If you don't resonate with anything I say, don't bother watching my videos and coming here and picking apart what I'm saying. Go to somebody else that you do resonate with and you do really enjoy and think, yeah, I can really get on board with that, because don't waste your time with me. I never understand why people just come to watch my videos and then tell me that I'm wrong, because if they're watching lots of my videos and coming back and telling me I'm wrong, don't waste your time on me. Find people that you really love and you really enjoy, because life's too short to waste it in the sort of negative state of telling somebody how wrong they are, because you're not wrong and I'm not wrong. I'm right for me, you're right for you. So look at it that way. There is magic in this, and I know people get on me and say there's no such thing as magic, but to me there is magic in this, because I've made it work in a way that suits me. I have never managed to make anything work whilst I'm feeling in the attached state, but I've never tried to then turn around and say to myself, you can manifest while you're attached, because I think that would take a lot of work for me to assume that, because an assumption is something that we have naturally, isn't it? To tell somebody to assume different is pretty much impossible, but that's not to say you can't reprogram your subconscious. Definitely, I've got rid of my reactive nature by deciding, and it took me about 6 months though, so you have to have the staying power. So in order to make this work for you, you may need a bit of staying power, you may need a bit of persistence, but not on one particular subject. If you persist at one thing and one thing only, and eventually you manifest that into your life, but you haven't changed sort of your inner being and you haven't got to that point where you believe absolutely anything is possible, then you have to do it for each individual thing and it becomes hard work. Whereas if you get your inner state sorted, then you're sorted, and everything else, I wouldn't say comes easy, but everything else comes easier. Some things come easier than others. It's just a fact, isn't it? Because some things we have a little bit more attachment to than others. It's natural. When you really, really want something, you are going to have some attachment, but don't worry about that. It will release, and if it's released to about 50%, that's cool. That means that you're going to have periods of time where you're not holding on to it, where you're doing other things, it's not even there. You don't have that baseline vibration there, and that's when you'll manifest. So you don't have to be 100% detached even. So it's cool, isn't it? So you make it work for you in your way. I do believe that whatever you assume is what you are going to see. So if you know that you assume something and you don't like that assumption, then don't think, well, don't make it hard work on yourself and say, I've got to change that assumption. How the hell am I going to do that? Just say to yourself, I need to change that program. That is a lot easier than saying to yourself, I have to change the assumption. It's just a different word. Different wording sometimes makes things a hell of a lot easier. So say to yourself, I can do this. I can change that program. I've recognized that program. Awesome. That's the first step. Now I'm going to change it. What would I like to be there? And it does, repetition definitely is key, but not to the point where you are feeling sick of that repetition and you're becoming numb to it. Just decide the best time to change any internal program is before you go to sleep at night, because you're much more suggestible then. You're either in theta state or you're closer to theta state, and do it then. Just talk to yourself, decide what you would like to be in there and suggest it to yourself, and do that every night. It's not going to be hard work then, is it? If you do it for a few minutes every night before you go to sleep, and just think to yourself, better doing it than not doing it. Sometimes noticing that program is enough to kick it out. You can just drop it, or sometimes you will need to replace it with something. It just depends on you. Again, it's all about you, it's not about me. So you do that, and then about a month down the line, see how you feel. Take note of your feelings and give yourself a score, 1 to 10. Okay, how attached to the outcome am I now? I was 5. Ooh, now I'm only 3. You will know, you will be able to feel it, and do that. So basically, think of all of the things that do resonate with you. What do I like about this? What feels good when I visualize? Does that feel good? What if I did a vision board? Would that feel good? When I script, does that feel good? If the things that don't feel good don't do, the things that do feel good is your way. It's definitely something that works with you, works with the way your mind works, your personality, your subconscious, and all of that. Pick out those things, ditch anything else, and think, okay, what assumptions do I have that I'd like to change? List it out if you need to, and make a decision that this is my way, and so persist at being good at it your way. So let's ditch any of those specific things that you want: people, job, house, career, anything like that, let's ditch that for the moment. I don't mean ditch it as in don't want it. I don't mean that at all. But what I mean is your way forward now is to be good at your way. So decide what that way is and work at that. Persist at that. Like I said, I've had to persist at being good at this in the way that works for me and what I believe, what my assumptions are, what I've known that I could change about myself and all of that. And I've done it that way. So you find your way. What is your way? What is your way going to be? And go with that and become good at that and think, what can I do to aid myself? What can I do to become good at that? And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be good at that. And then when I want things, I'm not going to have to work hard at them, because so that is a thing to tell yourself. When I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at this all of the time, and the things that I want are coming easier to me, and they will. But it is your way, it's not my way. I just really like to make that clear, because following any one person and deciding that you're going to try and do it that way because they've had a ton of success with it doesn't mean that you're going to have a ton of success with it. Your way may be slightly different, maybe a bit of this and a bit of that, but and then you will feel that inside that, yeah, this is right for me. And once you feel that and you feel settled on something being right for you, then that is your way. There will be ups, there will be downs. Life goes like that, it goes like this. I mean, mine used to go like this, and now it's a bit more like this. So you can definitely improve the way. What you will do is improve your overall perspective on life, so things will be easier to handle. The subliminal, I love subliminals, and yeah, I do sell them, but I'm not trying to sell you a subliminal. What you can get them generic ones online, but my subliminal that I recall for myself is all about handling life. I can handle anything in life, nothing bothers me. All of that stuff, that's built into my subliminal, and I just listen to that every so often. I'm not rigid with it. When I feel like it, I'm going to stick my subliminal on. I've got some lovely sounds in there, and it's just, I see it as a form of relaxation. But that has definitely helped to reprogram my mind and my subconscious, both actually. First of all, my subconscious, and then my mind got on board to just take everything in my stride and not get stressed about anything. And if something's not showing up in my life, to know that it's not the right time for me at the moment. That's not based on the universe deciding it's the right time for me. It's based on my feelings. So when my feeling state is right, then that happens. But before that point, no, it might not be happening at the moment, but I'm going to make the most of life as it is now, because it's short, and I don't want to spend my whole life longing for something. I want to enjoy what I have in the moment, and then know that at some point that thing will come to me, but I don't know when it will be. That takes some getting your head around. The time thing can be a bit of a tricky one. I feel like I'm waffling off the point now, so I'm going to stop there. So anything that aids the way that you want to go with this, and what you think about yourself and your assumptions and how you think that you can improve them. If you're looking for a subliminal, that's what to go for. To go for not that one specific thing, but maybe a mix of that thing and how you want your core being to change, or just that, to make the magic work for you. So my key message here is, if you're feeling a little bit like I'm not moving, I'm stuck, then you will get stuck, because you'll be feeling that, and that's what's being reflected back to you. But I'm hoping that I can get across to you with this that you don't have to stay stuck, and you don't have to follow anyone that doesn't resonate with you, and there are not certain specific techniques that work and some that don't. Techniques are nothing really. Techniques are just an aid to a feeling, which is what we manifest with our feelings. We manifest what we want with our feelings, or we manifest if our feelings aren't aligned with what we want, then we will always manifest the feelings. So it's the key to notice that and think, how can I get in the best possible feeling state for me, and how is that going to work for me? And are there set rules with this? No, there aren't. There really aren't. And yes, what you assume and what you can build into your internal programs will be what you will see. So I cannot say categorically that you can never manifest while you're 100% attached, because I don't know that. I know that I can't, but I don't know that you won't be able to. And the only reason I can't is because I believe I can't. So yes, sure, if I worked at changing that, maybe I could. So what I'm saying is there are no rules here. So I'm saying that I definitely at the moment could not manifest while I was 100% attached. I could manifest while I was 50% attached, but you may be completely different. And if you can train yourself to believe that you can manifest with attachment, then maybe you can. You know, probably you can, you know, so this is the thing, don't think there are rules. There are no rules, and when you learn that rules do not apply here, it becomes so much easier when you do it your way. Have I said that enough now? I think I have. Right, I'm going. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm an author, I'm a writer, my books are listed below. There's a members area on my website which gives you coaching support from me. Sometimes it might be 48 hours before I get back to you, depending on when you've emailed me, but I will always help you with any issue you have, any manifesting tricks, tips, whatever I can do to help. There are modules in there in the members area, but that is not primarily what I designed the members area for. I designed it so that I could give coaching support to people for a very small price. So it's done on volume, it's done on mass. So I make the money because there are lots of you, but I don't make lots of money from each individual person, and it doesn't cost you too much money. So that is what it's for. And there's a members hub there. If you want to ask members a question, you can do that. But really, it's an email coaching support tool. It's £5 a month. As long as you pay your £5 a month, you will continue to get that email coaching support from me. And you might not use it for a month or so, but then you might come back with an issue and you might want me to help. So, you know, that's what it is primarily. I offer Zoom coaching, I offer personalised subliminals. The majority of the subliminals that I do are with members, but you can come to me for a subliminal. It's just that I kind of get to know my members a bit better, get their personalities and really understand what subliminal will work for them. So if you are interested in Zoom coaching, please do email me. At the moment, it's kind of an email and I'll give you my availability and book you in that way. And yeah. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd love for you to. If you didn't find that this was too much waffle, then awesome.